Dear learners, this is Shashi Ramachandran. In this video, we are going to solve some practical problems of accounting equation. So let's begin. So we have this question here. This is from T.S. Grewal book, and the question says that you have to show the accounting equation for the following transaction, where it's the first transaction says D Mahapatra commenced the business with a cash of 50,000, 1 lakh by check, and goods 60,000, machinery 1 lakh, and the furniture 50,000. So this is the investment by the proprietor D Mahapatra. So we'll be writing all this one by one. So we'll start with the solution thing also. Here accounting equation is the format is given, where you will start with the particular or a transaction as a first column. Assets equals to liabilities plus capital. So this is your accounting equation, and all these assets I have written earlier only. So you have to read the question carefully, and then you have to see how many assets are given here, so that you can draw the lines accordingly, the columns accordingly. And then there is a liability plus capital. Again, if there is any bifurcation in liabilities, so same way you have to draw the columns for the liabilities also. Now starting for the first transaction, which says that Mahapatra has commenced the business with these cash and kind. So we are going to write each one separately. Cash is of 50,000, so we are going to write this in the cash column. Next is a check 1 lakh. So we are assuming that this amount of check is deposited into the bank. Then there are goods of 60,000. So I'll be writing here in this stock column, machinery rupees 1 lakh, and then furniture 50,000. So all these are the investment of D Mahapatra in cash and kind. So this total will be the capital investment of the proprietor, so which comes to 3 lakh 60,000. So this is the total of the entire amount which he has invested into the business. Now the second transaction says that one third of the above goods sold at a profit of 10% on cost, and half the payment is received in cash. So we'll take this one as a two different transaction. Let's understand it. One third of the above goods. So 60,000 is a stock with the business. Now one third of this is sold. So I'm writing it in brackets, which denotes that these goods are gone reduced. The price is reduced now. It is sold for 10% of profit. So 20,000 goods, the cost of 20,000, it's sold for 10% profit, which is 2,000. And if you remember, I explained this in my previous video, that capital revenue, revenue, losses, income, expenses, all these effect are capital here. Since we are making this assets, liability and capital, so all these expenses, we don't have a separate account for that. So expenses, income, profits, and losses will of course affect our capital. So here this is a profit, so it is going to be added here in a capital. Now 20,000 cost, 2,000 profit, that means 22,000 is the value of goods which are sold. And again it says half of the payment is received in cash. So 22,000 half is 11,000, which is received in cash. So this will be added to the cash. Rest of the money is a credit transaction, and it increases our debtors, because debtors are the person who owes to the business. So they have not yet paid. Okay. So now we have here new equation. After two equation, we'll be writing new equation. So new equation comes to 61,000. 20,000 is reduced, so it comes to 40,000. This is same as 1 lakh. Here again 11,000. If needed, we'll write it a dash. 1 lakh, 50,000. Here also it's everywhere dash only, nothing is mentioned over here. Same way here also, and this is 3,62,000. So this is the amount of new, this is a new equation. Okay, now the next third says that depreciation on machinery provided at the rate of 10%. So depreciation is on the machinery, so value of the machinery will reduce. So it is 10%. So here it's reduced, and now it is depreciation will be 10,000. Now, if we see what is the nature of depreciation, depreciation is a reduction in the value of an asset. So, it is a loss for the business. One. Second thing, depreciation is a non cash item. So, of course, the cash hasn't gone out. It is a loss which will be, of course, reduce your capital. As I said, again, I'm repeating capital includes the revenue and income, also excludes the losses and expenses. Okay, coming to this thing, now we'll write a new equation here. New equation says again 61,000, since nothing is here. This comes to 40,000. This is 1 lakh, 11,000. Here we have, since this is a reduction in the machinery, so 90,000. This is 50,000 here. Same way, here it is now 3,52,000. Okay, now again we'll be taking the next one, that is cash withdrawn for personal use. Now it says cash is withdrawn for personal use 10,000. Cash, of course, it's withdrawn. So here we are going to write 10,000 as a cash is withdrawn, and this will be written in brackets. Same way here it's like 10,000 withdrawn. So drawings will reduce your capital. So here other thing will remain same. There is no changes over here. So we are going to write our new equation. So the new equation will be 61 minus 10. So it comes to 51,000. This will remain same. 1 lakh, 11,000, 90,000, 50,000. There is nothing here, and this is 3 lakh 42,000. So this is your uh, accounting equation after moving to 4 transaction. Okay. Now we'll see the next one, interest on drawings charged at the rate of 5%. So when interest is charged on the drawings, that becomes an income for the business, because interest is charged on the drawings which is payable by the partner, by the proprietor. So proprietors, for proprietor it is an expense, but for the business it is a profit. So proprietor account is maintained as a capital account in the business, so that is going to be deducted here. And since we are adding the profit of the business in the capital only, so this will be written here only. So we can say it is plus and minus 10,000. You can write it separately also, that is also okay. So remember, interest on drawings, interest on capital, these are the things which is affecting capital account of the proprietor, as well as business expenses and income also. So it will be shown in the capital. This is the transaction which affects only capital, plus and minus. So all other things will remain same. And again we are going to have a new equation. So here the new equation is going to be 51,000, 40,000. This is going to be same. 90,000, and this one is 50,000. And here, since there is a plus and minus, so it will remain same. Now coming to the next one, what it says, goods sold at a goods sold to Gupta for rupees 10,000. Sale of goods are for 10,000, where the bills receivable. So now he hasn't paid Gupta hasn't paid the money. So, it's like a bills receivable which is received. So this is also your asset only, because instead of debtor now he is in the list of bills receivable. There is a condition given, like, or it's a kind of a order which is given that he is going to pay money after a stipulated period. So here the goods are sold, so we are assuming that there is nothing mentioned as profit or loss, so we just will going to take the sale of goods at 10,000, no profit loss, so we are not going to write that since it's not mentioned in the question. And now if the cash is not received, of course, and we cannot write it as a debtor also, because now instead of debtor he has accepted the bill. So here the bills receivable, which is again an asset, will be increase. Okay, so no effect on cash, remember. Fine. So now here we are going to have a new equation again. So new equation will be 51,000. This 40 minus 10, stock reduced, 1 lakh 11,000 as it is, 90,000, 50,000, and we have bills receivable also. So this also will be there now, and this will be same 3 lakh 42,000. Okay, now moving to the next one. Next one says that bills receivable received rupees 10,000 from Gupta against the bills receivable on its maturity. As I said, this is like for 3 months or 4 months it's drawn, and on maturity, the person, the customer has paid the money. So if he pays the money, of course, this receivable amount will be reduced now. There is no receivable here, and also the cash will be received for that sake. Okay, so 10,000 cash is received, so we are going to add here 10,000. Other things will remain same, and this 10,000 amount will decrease. Why? Because there is no bills of receivable now. Okay, this will remain, sorry, this will remain same. Okay, so we'll do one thing. So now again we are going to write new equation. So I'll just, yeah, so here we have new equation. So this is your final equation where you have 61,000 of cash, 30,000 goods are left, 1 lakh rupee in the bank, and there is a debtor of rupees 11,000, still amount is not yet received. Machinery is worth rupees 90,000, and 50,000 is your furniture amount. There is no balance in bills receivable, even the no liabilities over here. So 3 lakh 40,000, 42,000 is your capital. So you can see here, if you add these 61,000 plus 30,000 plus 1 lakh plus 11,000 plus 90,000 plus 50,000, that will be equal to 3 lakh 52,000. So this way we have completed with this particular question. So let's understand few more things over here. Okay, now what you understood here, like we have accounting equation. In accounting equation, as you know, accounting equation is assets equals to liabilities plus capital. Okay, now what you have seen here, we started from the capital. What the important thing, what you have to remember, capital includes additional capital. If there is any additional capital, that will be added. Drawings are deducted from this. Okay, and also the interest on capital. Interest on capital, as I said, interest on capital, on the one hand, it's a loss or expense for the business, but again as a capital we can say this is also deducted here. Why? Because for the proprietor it is a, it's an income, sorry, it's a expense for the proprietor, and for the business it's a expenses, and for the proprietor it is an income. Okay, so same way interest on drawings have a same effect, vice versa, that interest on drawings are income for the business and expenses. So here we can say plus and minus over here. Same way the profits or income, that will be added, and any losses or expenses will be deducted. So this is a treatment what we do in this, and finally we reach to the capital here. So exactly this is your opening capital, then this will be called as a closing capital. So if I say the profit of a business will be equal to closing capital minus opening capital, that what exactly it says? It says that he started say from 10,000, and last after reaching here he has 25,000, that means 15,000 he earned after all these transactions. So profit is equal to closing capital minus opening capital. Now as I we did this one, that asset is equal to liability plus capital. So you can see here that any amount can be taken out easily with the help of any missing figure can be taken out easily with the help of this equation. Say if liability is missing, so what will be the way you can calculate? Assets minus capital. Same way if the capital is missing, that will be assets minus liabilities. So this also means what I'm going to tell you, if accounting equations are not given directly, if you are not asked to prepare the accounting equation, then such questions may come where something is missing and you need to calculate it. And also do remember opening capital, beginning of the capital, and this is the closing capital. And for finding out the closing capital, you need closing assets and the closing liabilities. Okay, if it's not mentioned, you can take directly as that. Otherwise you need to take it the closing assets and the closing liabilities. So this way we have these formulas again, but again it's not nothing to mug up these formulas, because you are going to solve it, do this accordingly. So capital equals to net worth assets minus liability. Total equity is owner's equity and the outside is equity. Profit is closing minus opening capital. Same way closing capital is opening capital plus additional plus income and profit minus drawings minus loss and minus expenses. So based on this we'll do some more questions here. This says from the following information calculate the total assets of the business. Now we know that total asset is equal to, if I start with this solution here, total assets equals to liabilities plus capital. So let's see what and all is given to us. We are given with the capital of 4 lakh, the creditors are 3 lakh, revenue earned during the year is 7 lakh 50,000. So let me write here, opening capital is given as rupees 4 lakh, and the creditors are given as rupees 3 lakh. Revenues again are to be added to the capital. These are given as 7 lakh 50,000. And then what else you have? Expenses are there. Again, these are to be deducted during the year, rupees 2 lakh. Okay. Also, there is a stock. Closing stock also is given, which is rupees 2 lakh. So if I say here the assets are equal to liabilities plus capital, where we have this as a you can say, you can see here this is your capital which is given, isn't? This is a capital which is given to you, and sorry, the liabilities which are given, and this is the opening capital. So we are going to find out the closing capital here. Closing capital will be your opening capital, which is 4 lakh plus the revenues, that is 7,50,000, minus the expenses, which is 2 lakh. So this way, what we have here, 9,50,000 is your closing capital. Now to find out this one, we have assets equal to liabilities. Liabilities are 3 lakh plus 9,50,000, which we have just now calculated. So this comes to, assets comes to 12,50,000. So these are your assets, or you can say this is your final solution. So this way we can find out the missing figure if we know the concept of accounting equation. So let me take another question here. A commenced his cloth business on 1st of April 2018 with a capital of 30,000. On March 2019, his assets were 50, liabilities also are given, and you have to find out the closing capital and also the profits. Okay, so let me see, tell you here, 1st April, this is given on 1st April. So this is your opening capital, and it says that you have to find out the closing capital. We know closing assets, we know closing liabilities. We can easily use this formula that capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. So this way, closing capital we need to find out. Assets of, at the end, or the closing assets are 50,000 and closing liabilities are 10,000. So what we have as a closing capital, we can say closing capital is rupees 40,000. So now profits are, he starting his capital was 30,000 and now it is 40,000. So I'll write the formula first. Closing capital minus opening capital. So what we have here, 40,000 minus 30,000 of the capital which is given in the question. So the profit amount is 10,000. So we were asked to find out the closing capital and this one, the profits for the business. Okay, now this is the last question for this video. Again, in this question it says Ram started a business on 1st of Jan 2019. Okay, I'll take. Okay, it says that Ram started business with capital of 1 lakh during the year on 31st December. So do remember, you have to be very careful regarding the dates. 1st Jan capital was 1 lakh. 31st December he introduces further capital of 20,000, that is additional capital. Withdrew goods and cash worth rupees 15,000 drawings. So let's see, we'll write what and all are given to us in this question. First thing, this opening capital is given, which is rupees 1 lakh. Then we have during the year ending he introduced. So additional capital is also there. Additional capital rupees 20,000. Then we have drawings, which is equal to rupees 15,000. Okay, and what else is given here? Yes, we are given with 15,000 drawings, and 31st December assets includes. So these are the assets, total assets we can easily find out by adding this. Cash is 30,000, 80,000 is your stock, debtors, furniture. So these are all assets. So we are going to add this 30,000 plus 80,000 plus 40,000 plus 30,000. So this will give us the total assets, and which comes to 1,80,000. Also the liabilities are given, includes the bank loan of 30 and the creditor. So even we can find out the liabilities also. So liabilities total will be 30,000 plus 20,000. So this is 50,000. Now we have all these things. So if you see, these two are for 31st of December, means the closing one. So this will help us to find out the closing capital. This can easily help us to find out the closing capital. So let's find out the closing capital with the help of this. Closing capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. So I'm going to take assets as 1,80,000 minus liabilities are 50,000. Now the difference is rupees 1,30,000. So 1,30,000 is a closing capital, whereas we are given with opening capital, additional drawings, and what we need to find out, we need to find out our profits. So we are going to find out the profits. Now see, as I said in my previous question, what we did here, it says closing minus opening capital is a profit, but since we have additional capital and drawings here, so we are going to take that in a proper way, like closing capital, we'll find out in this way only, is actually opening capital. So whatever is given to us, I'm taking that only. Plus the revenues, since revenues are not given, plus additional capital, let's take additional capital, minus drawings, these are given, I'm taking that, and plus profits, of course we'll find it out because it's a missing figure, and minus expenses, it's not given, I'm not taking. So all those things which are not given, I'm not taking. So let's place the values here. 1,30,000, opening capital is 1 lakh, plus additional capital is given as 20,000, minus drawings are given as 15,000, and plus profit, which is missing figure, right? So this we are going to find it out. So here it is 1,30,000, I'm sorry, 30,000, and this is 1,20,000 minus 15, so it comes to 1,05,000 minus, oh sorry, plus profits. So here the profits equals to 1,30,000 minus 1,05,000. So here my final profit is 25,000. These are the profits for the business. I hope it's clear. So make sure that in previous question, additional capital drawings expense, nothing was there. So I've directly taken that closing minus opening is a profit. But in this question, since additional capital and drawings also are given, so I have taken those. I hope you like this video. Share this video with your friends and do subscribe to my channel Exuberant Learners. Also click on the bell icon to get the latest updates on my channel. Thank you.